Hey guys, how's it going? I'm setting up this room real quick for this mentoring session with Joey. So once I have this set up, we'll get started. And you guys are welcome to sit in and follow the session. Let me just finish setting up this room, and then we should be good to go. All right, should be good to go. Let me send this link out to Joey real quick. So let me see that right there. All right, we should be good to go for the most part. Currently waiting for this to swing back up. We should be good. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Hey, Joey.
What's going on?
What's up, bro? Not too much, man. Waiting for this US 30 to swing up so I can hop in.
Are you going for the buy?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to swing back up over here because during the swap, there was like a gap down right here. So I'm just waiting for it to swing back up so I could hop in up here.
Yeah, I just lost the trade on scalp on the US 30.
Did you take this one right here right before the market closed?
Nah, the one it was a 15.30 or no, it was on yours. It's 12.30.
12:30. Let's see.
The red candle. I took a sell.
Oh, this one right here below.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was looking at that too, but I decided to hold off on it because what was it called? Because the market was about to close. Because for FTMO it closes like at 120, so I don't like to.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it closes at 120. So if you hold on to it, it's kind of risky because the market starts to shift like towards the market close because everyone tries to either push price one way or the other.
Yeah.
And obviously you can see what happened there. Like 12:30 happened here, or 12:40, I mean. And then around 1, when the market was about to close, it just shot up like pretty heavy right here. So I would usually just hold off. Like if it gets close to like 11:30, I would just hold off because usually price will just move a little crazy towards the end of the session.
I was, but I seen it and I'm like, yo, that looks like a good entry.
Yeah, no, I did. Let me see if I back up to it. Yeah, it was pretty clean. It was a clean rejection right there. It looks like it was swung up and it was swinging back down right here. So I was actually looking at that. Thankfully, I didn't enter that trade because I would have gotten burnt.
And it was quick too. It was I entered, and the next candle, the second I entered, it dropped like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 pips. Yeah, you see how it dropped down to that resistance?
Yeah.
So when I got in, I was at that zone. So I was screwed.
Yeah, it looks like it literally dropped like right when you entered, and then it shot all the way up pretty quick. Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, shit happens.
You are you in a buy limit? I mean, a buy stop or
Yeah.
no? Yeah, buy limit.
Yeah. Buy stop right here.
Buy stop.
The original entry. I was trying to enter right before the market closed, but I mean, it closed so quick where I couldn't enter it. Thankfully, I didn't get into it. So now I'm just waiting pretty much for it to swing back.
Oh, before I got on here, I was looking at the chart, and I believe I don't know which one it is, but if you pull up the zones, your indicator.
Yeah.
I think it's that one that has like little to no body. It shows 2 entries, I think.
Oh, there's a lot of zones here. I'm gonna redraw my zones because I didn't realize that the zones changed this much.
Oh, that's weird. Mine doesn't look like that. Look at mine.
Yours look a little different.
Yeah, I could have sworn mine. Maybe there's like no body on mine.
Let me check this real quick.
Joey, you might be looking at a Wanda.
Oh yeah, it might be your.
No, it's currency.com.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm on currency.com and mine looks exactly like his.
I'll take a picture.
Or you might be like on a. Did you probably rewind it, Joey? You might have done that. Might be at a different time.
No, if 8. I think it's for you. It would be 15:20. That candle.
Oh, this current one. Let's see. I'm like at about 16. I'm at about like 1600 right now on my time, or it's going to be. I think.
Yeah, I'll take a picture. It's Shit, can I? Oh no, I can't. I don't know. Mine it looks different.
So the zoom out might be a little off. Maybe you're like zoomed in too much or zoomed out too far. That might be it.
Also, about to pop up the Asian Open.
What's that?
Sell signal. The momentum.
Oh, is there a sell signal right now on the 10-minute?
It just disappeared.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see.
But it,
I'm gonna send this to both of you guys.
Hey, Kyle, so have you been applying that the Asia entry, the one that you were looking at?
yeah, yesterday I didn't because it was so far away from Asian Open. Like there was only like 2 signals. I didn't take anything really yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was kind of weird the way the market was moving. I mean, this whole week has been kind of weird. It seems like stuff's been bouncing around pretty often.
Well, what I've been doing also is like looking at the pivots when that entry, like when the momentum indicator comes.
Yeah.
So, like if I don't have like both of them like in confluence with each other, then it's like which one do you go with? Type thing.
Gotcha. And I agree.
But I've been back testing it. It's been hitting more than it's losing. I mean, it's like it's over like 70% win rate.
If that's the case, then I mean it's pretty solid for the most part. Let me see. Joey's screen over here looks like. Let's see.
Bro, it looks so weird, dude.
Yeah, yours looks a little different, John. I don't know why yours. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Like I don't have any body on that candle, so I'm like looking at that candle like it's an entry like both ways. Because it's hitting in both of my zones and it's hitting both pivots.
Oh yeah, you're talking about this green one right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but your pivots are like on it, mine aren't.
Yeah, yours kind of
well, your pivot's thicker, Joey.
What's that?
His lines are thinner. On the pivots?
Yeah.
Your line looks thicker than his does.
Maybe you increased it a little bit. Yeah, for mine, I have it like on the. Let me see. For my pivots, I got it set at the second one right here for thickness. So I don't know if you might have it. You might have.
Oh, and I'm not on this. Where do you? Oh, you have it on which one?
The second one right here.
Let me check what I got.
You might have it like on the third one where it's too thick, or.
No, I'm on the second one.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with yours. I mean, your zones look different too, kind of. Or no, I mean, not necessarily. They actually, now that I zoomed into mine, yours looks just like mine. It doesn't look too much different.
But even though I mean that it's real, like the body of that candle is real small.
Yeah, this one right here, right? The third one.
Yeah, because I don't see that on mine. Maybe it's just blending in with the pivot.
Let me see. Yeah, I think the red pivot is over it, or I could kind of see it, but it's like barely there.
Yeah.
Like you could kind of see. Yeah, your chart looks fine. It's just it's because your black background kind of covers it with the pivot, and my white background keeps it. You can obviously see because it's green on white.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still gonna. Let me just ask the question. Say that the candle closed not on the pivot, right? But you have an entry for both. What do you do? What would you?
So if you get entries on both sides, I just skip them because it's
right.
Yeah, because you don't know which way it's going to go. It can go either way, really. So I would just skip that, and I would just wait for the next one. Pretty much. It would have been this one over here.
I'm going to sell right now.
Why did the signal?
Prospect. Well, no, I didn't get a signal, but I'm on it from the that big bullish uh candle at 1540.
40. You
Oh,
got it.
you're in a cell.
Yeah, I entered that at the close of that one when it rejected off of the two pivots right there.
Oh, for this one right here. I probably.
Oh, I got burned on that one.
This one right here. Is this one you guys talking about?
No,
Yeah,
oh, is it?
yeah.
Because for this one right here, I wouldn't take this one because it's it doesn't reject off the structure. Like it would have to reject off above here. It's just off
Oh,
the.
I thought you were talking about our time.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into this one right here because this was before the market closed. I'm trying to get into which one was it? This one right here, I think. I'm just waiting for it to swing back up so I can get my
It was like 3 in a row.
buy stop to get triggered.
Oh, you know what? I seen that last green one that looks like a hammer.
This one right here.
Yeah, and I was driving. I was like, man, should I just jump in that? Good thing I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Because it would have opened up down here. I tried to
Yeah.
enter it. I kept hitting my buy order, and I was like, why wasn't FTMO filling it? And I realized it was like 120 because their times are a little weird. They close at 120 and then they reopen at 3, and then they have like a little gap where it just opens and closes. And then right now at 4 it fully opens. So I think it's going to start moving again.
Yeah, I did pretty good today outside of that last loss.
Yeah, dude, I feel like a lot of people have been pretty solid with these scalps now. It makes me want to like hop in more. I feel like I got to set up my scalping. I feel like everyone is trading way more than me. Because people are like, some people are like killing it and they're just trading like literally all day. Like they're just not even sleeping. I'm like, damn, I got to do that too.
I'm still
They have for London.
I have no wanting to. It fucks up my sleep pattern though. Every time I try to do it, dude, I'm sleeping like the next 2-3 days. I'm sleeping in.
GJ moved 40 pips last night on London Open.
Get it?
Yeah,
Real quick on the I'll put it up on a 10-minute real quick. Let's see what we got on here.
it was crazy last night.
Dude, I heard. I mean, well, yeah.
It made the one push and oh my god.
Oh wow, is that it right there?
Yep.
Jeez, look at that, dude.
Wow.
I'm sure there was a scalp right there too, right?
Oh, please tell me there was, dude.
Dude, there was right here, dude. Look at that. Fucking solid.
Oh my god.
Dude, did you catch that, Kyle?
Yeah, my entry was at 670. I jumped in a little early.
Yeah. Hey, Billy, I just unmuted you real quick. Yeah, so it looks like this right here. I mean, it's so close that I probably would have taken it this one right before it. Like it's right next to the pivot. It doesn't necessarily reject off it, but it's super close.
I thought it did when you went back.
It looked like it, right?
Candle. Yeah. I think it moved, right?
Yeah, it moved a little bit right there. It's like really close.
Oh, it did. Oh, okay. I thought it did.
Actually, there's one down here too. So you might have even got an even better entry down here. Delete this real quick.
I see another one at 10.
Yeah, there's actually
20, 30, 10.
This one right here.
Yeah.
There's one like right after the market opened. Actually, let me turn this off right here. There's one literally. This one have been solid too, bro. I missed that. This one's literally on the like perfect. It's like such a perfect rejection. It's a rejection off the structure and the pivot, off that green pivot.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a crazy move right there. If you were to take that and shoot it up for like 30 pips or something, super solid.
Shawn, remember when I told you to take a look at AU or the USD where it hit TP for like 50 pips
For AU?
Yeah.
Let me go pull it up real quick. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there were some solid entries during London session over here. During AU, I think, did you take a sell or was it a buy?
No, I did a buy on Monday.
Oh, Monday. Okay, Monday. So that was the 8th, I think, or 7th.
It was the 8th.
The 8th. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it right here. If you took one of these. Oh, this one right here, actually, this bottom one. So let me just rewind to this right here.
Hey, I seen you uploaded a video for the snipe strategy.
Not
Is
yet.
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought I seen something.
I haven't uploaded the video yet because I'm still looking to see if there's anything that needs to be changed. Like, I don't want to make a video and then a week later someone brings something up and I'm like, damn, I should have included that in the video. So I haven't made it yet, but I'm probably gonna make it soon because everyone keeps asking for it.
So I guess the strategy works on Forex pairs.
Yeah, it does. I probably wouldn't use it on the 10-minute. I'd probably use it on the 30-minute because on the 30-minute,
okay.
it's a little smoother because the Forex pairs, they don't move as smooth on the 10-minute. I mean, unless you have like zero spread, then you can, you obviously can scalp. But if you have a spread for Forex, it's gonna be like impossible for you to really scalp it.
What
So,
on
like,
a 10-minute?
yeah, on the 10-minute, because on the 10-minute, I think it only moves like probably like less than 10 pips. And if your spread is like 2-3 pips, you got to pay that spread going in 3 pips, pay the spread going out 3 pips. And that's already 6 pips right there. So you're only going to lock in like maybe 4 pips, which isn't really worth the risk. Yeah, but let me see odd USD here. I'm pretty sure there was some entries here. There's a ton of entries here actually available for odd USD. Looks like this point right here, if and you guys were looking at it. But even if I was to scalp on for Forex, I'd probably use something that moves a little faster, like one of the JPY pairs, like GJ, UJ, even AJ or EJ. There's actually a lot of entries here.
My entry was 77050.
77050.
Yeah, it was at like,
Damn.
yeah.
Wait, on the 7th you're saying, Kyle?
No, it was on the, was it the 7th?
Or the 8th?
Oh, I see
No,
050.
on the 8th at 1800 on my time.
1800 your time, so that's probably around.
I took it when it like broke out of that zone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Looks like it might have been right here or somewhere around here.
Hands feel dry, like sandpaper. Introducing new Dove hand wash with 5 times moisturizer blend. Removes germs in seconds.
Oh, this is on 30 minutes. Let me go on the 10-minute. You said on.
Well, I did it based off the I did my like my zones off the 30-minute, but then I did like my entry was like a 5-minute.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I did it broke out and then it retested the end and then.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's finish drawing these up right here, and I'll go to the 5-minute. Set up right here. Yeah, and you said you were on the 5 minutes. Let me go down to the 5. Oh yeah, there was a bunch of entries here on the 5.
Yeah, as soon as it broke out and then retested it right in that area right there.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch here actually. There's like one like right over here. That would have hit CPL. Obviously, that's a pretty nice move right there. And there's a couple out here too. That's one right there. I think there's a couple more right here. This whole area right here is full of entries. Yeah, so I think this is where you took it, or actually you took it a little bit above here, like on the 7th you said. Did you take a sell, Kyle, or was it a buy?
No, I took a buy.
Buy? Okay.
Yeah, it was like a 50 pip move.
It's probably this one. It's probably this one right here. Let's see. Or actually, you probably took it earlier. That was before it swung up. You probably took it like way down here. Actually, yeah. This is probably where you grabbed it. If it was a 50 pip move. So we got one right here. 50. Yeah, this looks about right. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I was pretty spot on.
Yeah, as soon as it broke out of the zone.
Yeah, it looks like it broke out, retraced a little bit. I mean, you could have taken either one. There's one entry here. That's pretty solid right there off that green one. There's also one down here, like when it broke out immediately.
Oh, what's that? What's that?
It's US 30 signal.
Oh.
Got one pending right now. Yeah, this one's
Oh,
solid.
we're getting a sell signal. Oh no, it just started. Never mind.
Oh, is it a pending sell signal?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like 9 minutes.
Hey, Shawn, can you
So
hear
I
me?
got a question. On US 30, when you have the pivots, when they're so close to each other, like what would you do in that situation? Because right now they're like all bunched up.
Let's see. Are you so usually when it's bunched up like that, I just wait for it to spread out, like for it to break out in one direction. Because when it's bunched up like that, it's just super uncertain. So you're talking about on the 10-minute, right?
Yeah,
Like right here. See, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, when I see something like this, I usually just leave it alone and I wait for it to either, swing upwards or swing downwards.
Okay.
Generally, I like to enter trades when they start to spread out, like kind of similar to like right here. Like so for example, if I was back here and you see that they're all bunched up right there, I would wait for it to kind of spread out a bit, kind of like right there on that next candle, or even this one prior to it. As soon as they start to spread out a little bit, that's when I start looking for trades, because that's when it starts to indicate that, the trend is going to start widening it out, kind of similar to like this right here. Whenever it drops, so it goes from like messiness right there, and then off this candle, it starts to spread out. You can start to see that there's some direction forming right there. Let me see if there's an entry off this one. No, not that one. Actually, this could have been an entry right here, or not. Yeah, it's not really rejecting off it. But yeah, basically, if the pivots start to cross over like that a lot, I would just wait for them to spread out, because obviously, once it spreads out, it starts to continue pushing that direction. Kind of similar to what happened here as well when it crossed back up. As soon as it crossed up, then this would be perfect for some entries. So I think right now where price currently is, depending on where it crosses over, if it crosses below, if it crosses above, then it'll probably continue that direction. So I'd probably just wait on that, Kyle.
It kind of looks like it's gonna go down the way because the green pivot is curving down.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I've seen this before. Like this happens a lot, where like it'll kind of trick people into entering some shorts, and then all of a sudden you get this big green candle. Like you get a fat green candle, and then it just starts to spread out in the other direction. I think right now it's currently just consolidating. So I would just mark this up like that. And I think this is it's just ranging within this little area. It's bouncing back and forth. I think once it breaks.
Right there last night too.
Yeah, this happens a lot on Asia Open. It's like a squeeze. So it's a little squeeze until it ends up breaking above it or below it. It continues in that direction.
Hey, were you watching the chart last night around this time? The US 30?
I might have. I can't remember.
There was a huge green candle. And it shot up, I don't know how many. Remember, Kyle?
That was yesterday, right? Yesterday.
Yeah.
At about, what time is there now? 16.
It's probably like 8
right
maybe.
here.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Was that an entry right there? Let me see. Oh yeah,
There was three. There was three of them.
Yeah, the ones before it were pretty solid. I probably wouldn't have taken the that big candle, but the ones right before it, pretty spot on.
But what, like, because I was thinking last night, like, what the hell caused that spike?
I think something was going on last night. I'm not sure what was yesterday.
Because I looked at the news, I forgot. I didn't see much.
I think just in general, because I know that in the morning, that was when Biden was having like that conference or that whatever meeting with the CEOs and stuff. So what generally happens is like you'll have these crazy movements during U.S. session, and then it just goes sideways for a bit, and then when the Asia market picks up on that news, they pump it up even further. So that's kind of
I see. Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll see sometimes like during London. So like you can see right here during London, it kind of pushed down a little bit because there was like certain news coming out. And then in the morning, Biden had his meeting with like the CEOs with like companies that are under the US 30. I think he met with like the CEO for like Walmart, Amazon.
Yeah, he met with a bunch of them.
He met with a bunch of them. And then I guess they, had some good news about the economy. So it pushed it up a little bit. And then the market closed right here about, see that vertical line. Yeah, the market closed right here around like 1 o'clock. And then it just went sideways for a bit. And then I think once, Asia started to pick up, this is like, I think the Japanese market opened because they open at about 4 p.m. So this looks about right when it opened. And then I think at that point, it just continued the push up further. That's usually what happens. I mean, that's my guess. Obviously, there's a ton of things that could affect the market, but I think from my perspective, that's how I see it. Because usually, everything moves in different sessions. And when people get news and their market starts open, that's where they start to, hop in on these trades.
Because I think it was quick, right, Kyle? It was like a matter of minutes.
Yeah, it was quick, and US 30's melting right now.
Oh, did a signal pop?
Yeah. Well, there's one right now, but now it just disappeared again.
Oh, 3 minutes.
3 minutes left on this one, yeah. It's coming and going.
Oh.
We'll see. And this might close. I don't know. We'll see. We still got 2 minutes left. I feel like it's funny because it's only 2 minutes, but in reality, like it feels like a lifetime, bro, when you're waiting for this candle to close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're watching an entry and you're like, no, stay down.
Exactly.
Don't go up.
Yeah. If this closes, I'll probably take it with you guys. Probably write this down.
What did we say? It was 750?
Yeah. That's like the sweet spot on the Asian Open. But if it hits 50, 500 pips, I'm gonna probably like move my stop to like break even or even in profit.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I think that's pretty good because Asia session is kind of
it has a lot of reversals.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like it's really risky because sometimes it'll just go sideways for like hours. You'll go sideways for like 3 to 5 hours, and then all of a sudden it just spikes in one direction or the other, and it's like I feel like it's mostly based on luck because it's kind of hard to tell. Because like you mentioned, there's a lot of reversals, so it could. I see this happen a lot during Asia session where it'll go down and then it'll spike up, and then you'll like switch positions, and then all of a sudden it comes right back down. So we'll see. This one just disappeared.
Did that yesterday too.
Yeah, I hate when it disappears like at the last second. Like you're waiting for like the last 10 seconds, and then you're like, damn, I waited for like 10 minutes for this to close, and then it disappears.
Then the next one flirts with it, disappears. The next one flirts with it, disappears. Then it reverses.
Exactly. And that's how they trick you, because I feel like they try to trick you to like lure you into those cells. And then as soon as they have enough people in those cells, they just end up spiking it the other way. Got about a minute left on this one. We'll see how this ends up playing out. This is actually a pretty solid entry because it would fall under the new, well, not the new, but the other requirement that I was mentioning before, where if it closes below the other one, like if the sell signal closes below the previous buy, it usually ends up.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it usually ends up pushing. Like even right here, this buy closed above this sell, and then it ended up pushing up like, yeah, like about 700 pips or so. And then same with the sell right here, closed below this buy, and then it ended up dumping like 2,000 pips. All right, we got like 15 seconds left on this. Let's see what happens here. All right, looks like we're in for a sell. Yeah, I got into it too.
What'd you guys get in at?
Let's see. I got in at, mark this right here. I got in at 31,402.
All right, I got 403.
Oh yeah, we're pretty much, you got in better. You had a better entry price.
31,404.80.
What'd you get, Kyle?
31,404.80. One lot.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm already in
that's
profit.
good.
There we go.
There you go. That's all we need. All right, solid. You know, I'm probably not going to put a TP. I'm just going to put a stop loss, and I'm going to trail it down.
Dude, I messed up this morning with that. Oh God.
Oh, you weren't paying attention?
No, I put a TP in, but because I was gone for like 2 seconds. I came back and it melted like double. And if I would have just not had one, it would have been five. I think it was I had a point 0.5 lot. It would have been 500.
Oh, because you were in that cell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no.
think you called it, right? Or no?
Yeah, I called it. I called it a little late, so we entered like when it was already in profit, but it dropped. Like, dude, this thing dropped crazy. This was the daily entry right here, actually, because the market opened at 6:30 here, and then yeah, this thing dumped like heavy, dude. Once it got to that point,
That drop was crazy.
yeah, like when that happened, I was like, man, I'm not even gonna trade because when stuff like that happens, I usually expect the market to go back and forth like all day, and that's kind of what happened. It was like bouncing through here. It like dropped. Let's see. From open, it dropped about like 3,000 pips. And then all of a sudden, it shot all the way back up like another 2,000, 3,000 pips. And it just bounced around. So it went like 3,000 pips, 2,000 pips, another 2,000 pips, another 3,000 pips. And it just kept going back and forth. So
there was a scalp entry before that.
Oh, right before it?
Yeah, and that's what I got. I got my TP hit before that second candle dropped.
And I wish I got it. I think I saw that too. Yeah, it was right here actually. There's a couple scalp entries, or this red and green one right here.
Yeah, and that I believe that candle, that first one that dropped, the one that showed the signal.
Yeah.
That was more than 50 pips, and I was already out of the trade, I believe. But then like when your MT4 kind of lags when you log back into it.
Yeah.
So my trade is already closed, but it showed me what the profit would have been if I was still in the trade. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hate when that happens. That's why sometimes I feel like, I mean, it's kind of like, it's risky because sometimes you want to just put no TP, and then sometimes it'll hit your TP and then it'll reverse right after, and you're like, damn, I should have just put a TP there.
That the picture I sent you, that $40 win I had, Kyle, what'd you say? It came like 0.7 from my TP.
It was like 0.8 from your TP.
I was like, dude,
just missed it. Yeah,
that
was horrible, bro. Like I took that trade and I was at the gym, so I came back and I looked at it, and literally I was like, okay, it's gonna close, and it ended up reversing. I was so mad, dude. I was like, I should have just closed it.
Yeah, I was telling myself like, dude, close it, and it just pulled back. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean the cool thing with the scalps is that we have we already understand the risk, right? It's only like $500, so it's not like you're taking a huge position and you're like risking like 1,500 versus, just a small loss. Because if that was like the daily entry and I didn't move my stop loss and profit, dude, I would have been so pissed.
Yeah, I noticed once it gets like halfway into the scalp, usually you could put it like a little bit above entry, and the odds of it pulling back are like slim. And if it does, it usually reverses.
Exactly. Yeah. No, definitely. I feel like that too. Like when it makes it halfway through, I think that might be a new requirement that I'm going to include. Like once it makes it halfway to profit or full TP, just move your stop loss in profit or at break even. Because that's usually what happens. Most of the time when it hits, it usually just keeps going. Like it'll just go straight to TP, for example, right here. Actually,
I think I had a stop loss that was, I don't know what, maybe it was like 20 pips off my entry or maybe 10 pips, but it held for like so long. Like it was not going up to that point. Like it wouldn't go back up to that point. And I started trailing it. Then I got stopped out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the downside from trailing it too, because sometimes you never really know if it'll I feel like it's happened to me a couple of times where it's like going down pretty nice. All of a sudden it spikes up to kick me out of the trade and then it drops right after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's freaking. It's so annoying. I hate when that happens. So it makes me not want to move my stop loss.
I like getting a comfortable, whatever it may be, 10 pips or something where you're gonna where there's no chance of it, skipping past and you're losing money.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there because I've had so many times where I'm at break even, and by the time it closes, it's negative because it jumped past where my stop loss was. Or I don't know if maybe it's the spread. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, that usually happens to me. Like if I hold it into the swap, I think that's usually what it is. It's just the spread gets super wide during the swap, and then you end up getting screwed. Well, not screwed, but you're like temporarily in some negative, and you're like, how did this even happen?
yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see. Yeah, so I got this running here. You know, I was trying to look for another pair to scalp. I feel like US 30 is not enough for me. I might start looking at like NASDAQ or something. I'm trying to look for something else that's like also volatile, but not too risky.
You said this works on all indices, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we could probably use it on the Aussie 200 too. But the problem with the Aussie 200 is that it's a slow moving pair. So it's kind of hard to catch trades off this. Actually, I don't know. It looks like it might be pretty solid. See if there's any entries off this. But yeah, it works on all the indices. It also works on all the Forex pairs too, or even Bitcoin. I was thinking about even messing with Bitcoin because I've seen a lot of people killing it with Bitcoin recently using the same strategy. So it might be something I might look into. It's got to figure out sweet spots for that.
Oh, you wouldn't that last zone you drew.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't bring the top, like you have the top zone, the second one down. You wouldn't combine the second one down with the third. Like, do you draw it how it's laid out?
Yeah, for the scalping ones, I only connect them if they're overlapping.
Oh, okay.
Because the zones are actually important for the scalping because you like if say if this wick comes like somewhere in between these two zones, like let me see if I can find one. Yeah, but yeah, for example, like if the wick comes between the zones and it doesn't actually touch the zone that you're looking for, then it wouldn't count. Because obviously if you connected these two right here and then you had a random wick that was like in between, it would be, I mean, technically would be invalid because it doesn't actually reject off the actual zone. So for scalping, I don't, if they're close together, I don't merge them. The only time I merge them when scalping zones is when they actually cross over, like how this top one over here did, this first one up here. You can see that this first one crosses over with the second one. So when I have this, I'll connect these together because, you know, technically you won't be trading within those zones anyways. But this one over here is a little different because even though they're really close by, they don't overlap. So there's technically a blank area right there. And same with like this one down here as well. Or this one actually connects with this one way down here. Yeah, so just looking at this here, let's see if there's any entries that we could possibly take. Actually, there's some pretty decent entries right here, like this red one. This red one and this green one. Looks like these both could have been some solid wins right there. This one right here too, this red one. The only problem with like using these new assets is figuring out the sweet spot. Because I feel like even for me, like when I try to figure out the sweet spot for US 30, it took me a long time to figure out what was really solid or not. I think maybe 1,000 pips might be, or 100 pips might be good for the Aussie.
Hey, do you guys stack your entries if you see like two?
If it looks good to me, like if I see something like this where the pivots are really spread out and they're trending pretty strong, then yeah, I would stack them. If they're like kind of iffy, it's like case by case basis. It's like if you feel really confident, then I would stack them. But if you feel like, you know, it's a maybe, then I probably wouldn't stack them.
Okay.
And most of the time, I only stack like two. I'll stack two trades, and then I'll wait for it. If the first one hits, then I'm like, all right, this trend is actually pretty strong, and then I'll keep stacking more on top of it. So like,
I was thinking about doing something like on US 30, I'm doing 0.5 lot, and then if I wanted to stack, I was thinking like maybe a 0.25.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. So that would be a good idea too. If you were to use a smaller lot size, if you were to take like one full size or one decent size and then add on a bunch of smaller ones, that could be good too. Because then you could add those on from there. But yeah, for me, I usually when I stack them, I just use the same lot size. Like if I'm using a standard lot, I'll stack it with 2 standard lots, which is kind of risky. But it's only because I know like I'm really confident about the entry if that ends up being the case. So the Aussie looks pretty decent here too. I'm thinking if this is something I want to mess with. But the only problem with the Aussie is I think it moves a little bit slow. So I might want to trade something else that's probably a little faster, maybe the DAX or the NASDAQ. I just don't like holding trades for like too long. I usually want to get in and out pretty quickly. Got the DAX right here. And the thing with the DAX is once it gets closer to London session, it starts to move pretty quick. So that's one reason why it would be beneficial to trade this.
When does this one open?
This is a London.
Oh,
it
is.
Yeah, it's a German DAX, so it opens on London Open. Let's see. Yeah, generally when I'm looking for like new assets to trade, I try to look to see if there's like decent entries available. Like it looks for this one, there's pretty decent ones here too. Like these, there's actually 3 entries right here. And the DAX is actually worth more than the US 30. So you can actually make a lot more trading the DAX.
What would you? I'm doing a 50K demo right now. If I jumped in on this, what do you think? Like a 0.2? I'm only looking for like 250, 300 per win, per 500 pips.
I think it depends. Well, for the DAX, since it's you probably want to use a lot size half than what you use for US 30. So
okay.
If you normally use like a 0.10, then probably use like a 0.05. Or if you're using like a standard lot, maybe use a 0.5 lot. Or like what I would do is I'd mess around with it. I'd start with something small and see how much it's worth, and then you could obviously increase from there.
I'm scarred from UK.
From the UK, yeah, I don't really like the UK 100 one. I think I'd rather trade the DAX than the UK 100. I don't know why. The UK 100 just isn't really it's not an asset that I really like to trade. Yeah, this is tough. I'm trying to figure out what's like a good sweet spot for the DAX, because since it's worth more, it's kind of a little more risky. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not mess with the DAX, because I'm looking at it now. It doesn't really look like there's that they're really solid entries here. I mean, they're all right. It's just not as solid as I'm looking for. So let's see this right here.
What about that one that green candle that you were just looking at, where you're measuring a little bit to the left of that? No, the one to the left of that, the larger one.
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, is that looks? Or no, it didn't touch the yellow.
Yeah, I didn't touch. It got really close, but I didn't necessarily touch the yellow, so I would have skipped that one. I don't know. I guess this would be like something that I'd have to experiment with, because it does look like it does hit. It's just
Well, that's an entry on right between 12:30 and 13.
12:30 and 13.
It's a red candle. Looks like a hammer.
Oh,
yeah, to the right. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the zone.
Oh, this one right here.
No, to your left. Well, that's an entry too. Yeah, that one I was looking at. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, this one's an entry too. Actually, yeah, maybe this is a decent. I think they all work pretty nice. It's just actually applying it to see how.
Oh, damn! There's 4 entries to the left over there.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, actually, this is pretty decent. It looks like it's pretty solid during US session. What I heard from other people in the group is that the DAX is actually the leading index. So whatever happens with the DAX usually follows through with like other indices. The US 30's melted, bro. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let me just put this in the chat real quick.
Nice.
Did I take a 2 lot on that? It was an accident. I'm up like 600.
It's a good accident.
Yeah, it was a good accident.
Took it with a 1 on purpose.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Cool, I'm in profit. Like I'm thinking about moving my stop loss in profit. Let me see. How should we move right now? Where's current price? Price currently is at 31,375. All right, move my stop loss and profit. Dude, I'm in profit like 1,000 already. Keep moving my stop loss up, stop loss down. I mean, or actually, fucking, I might just leave it where it's at and just let it run. Because the DAX is pushing, bro. So if the DAX is the leading index, if this keeps pushing, it's probably gonna keep pushing on the others.
What do you mean by it's leading?
So someone mentioned it in the chat that like they said that the first index that moves is the DAX, and then the other ones follow it. So it's like DAX. I think from the DAX it goes to US 30, then it goes to S&P, and then the smaller indexes from there. Because I guess this is what it like when this moves, the other ones follow it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear about that before, but whoever mentioned in the chat, they like seem pretty confident about it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll use that as an example. Because the DAX moves kind of different. It moves like in blocks. I don't know if you ever followed it, but it like if you ever took a trade with the DAX, you'll see that your profits like fluctuate like huge, bro. Like it'll go from like 10, like I think each pip is like worth like $10. So like if you're trading it, like, you know, for US 30, you kind of see like dollar amounts going up and down. For the DAX, it's like $10 going up and down.
Wow.
So it's a little different the way that it moves. I'm thinking about if I should take off my stop loss. It's swinging back up right now. Damn it.
I do that all the time, man.
It's like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I leave my stop loss or do I just close out?
I'm riding the wave, wherever it takes me.
Kick me out. Fuck me. All right, I'm gonna scalp my way down. I'm gonna hop back on US 30. I'm probably gonna scalp it as I continue.
You still locked in good profit though, right?
Yeah, no, I locked on $700. I'm not complaining. I'm fine. It's just I wish I would have taken more. Yeah, it's all right. I locked in like 6 something, so that's not bad. You know, at this point, I kind of want to just go on the 5-minute and try to scalp off that. Let's see. Because I feel like if we already know the direction that it's moving in, it's like it's actually not that bad to just scalp it as it continues down. Or what I might do is I might just even scalp it off the pivot rejections and not even use the zones. Like if I get a nice rejection off the pivot, like a wick rejection, I'll just take it and I don't even care about the zone. Let's see. All right.
I can't believe it got so high today, though.
Oh, US 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, same here, dude. Honestly, I don't know what's pushing price like that, dude. Like, we're
It
still
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we're still in a pandemic. It's not like the world went back to normal. And it's yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know what's causing it to push like that, especially with like Elon like supporting like Bitcoin. Like I would have expected, you know, Bitcoin to go up and then the indices to go down. But who knows? I mean, we like there's really no way for us to really know what's going on because obviously we don't know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff like that.
I think it has to have something to do with the interest rates.
Yeah, no, definitely. The interest rates for, oh, I forgot. Didn't they announce it on CNBC today? Let me check.
The last I heard that they said they weren't raising them for a while.
Yeah, they were gonna leave it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Day 2 of President Trump's impeachment. Damn, is that going on right now? This is watch live. I didn't realize they did this stuff like this late. Oh, they are doing it right now. Wow. So this is probably screwing the market right now too, dude. The impeachment for Trump.
Oh, this guy started crying yesterday.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't even watch it. I didn't realize that this is going on, dude. It's funny because Trump's like not in house anymore, but he's still affecting the markets like one way or another.
Yeah.
Check the charts real quick. Man, I'm so tempted to hop back into that US 30, but I know I shouldn't. I should wait for it. Like wait for something. I think it's gonna swing up right now. It's probably gonna swing up temporarily. Wait for that rejection off the pivot, and I'll probably hop right back in. See if there's anything else. Stock futures, a little change after Dow closes record level. Code updates. Trendy stocks, Tilray. Dude, it's crazy like all these stocks too. I don't know if you follow the stock market, but like all the stocks have been spiking around today, or not today, but just the whole week. It's
Yeah, the hedge funds are getting pissed.
what was that?
The hedge funds are getting pissed.
Oh yeah, no,
They're
sure.
getting pissed at Reddit.
Exactly, right?
I mean, stop taking risky shorts, man. I mean, it's that
Exactly.
simple.
Yeah. Or just wait for them to stop fucking with the market, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because they're taking option contracts. So when they take option contracts, they're not really pushing the market because they're just taking options. But if they were to just take directional moves, like say if like you know, like even for GameStop, if they were just taking directional sells, like just selling off, they could have pushed price like down pretty easy. But they were taking options. So like whoever was actually taking the directional moves was actually moving price.
I thought that when the GameStop thing, right? All these hedge funds were in these major shorts. I thought they had to buy the stock to cover their losses.
No,
Like
no.
as
Yeah, well, because they had option contracts. So like, you know how the options work? Like basically what they do is they bet that price is going to be below a certain price point. So
but they're buying they're buying though, right? They're saying I'm going to buy 1,000 shares, but once it reaches this, like they're already on the hook for 1,000 shares, right?
Not technically. So what they're doing is it's kind of weird. It's like they're selling it before they get it. So it's kind of like say you have like some, I don't know, something rare and I sell it to someone and I make money off it and then I pay you for it to, you know, pay the difference. Like say you had something that was rare, it was like $10 and then I sell it to someone for $20 and then I get the $20 and I buy it off you for that $10 and I keep the money in between. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, okay.
That's kind of what it is. Options contracts aren't like, they're not like selling the stock or buying the stock. Because if they were selling the stock, they could have pushed it down, but they didn't have the actual stock. They just had the option contract, or they were like betting that price was going to be at a certain area, you know, on that specific day.
Because I thought, like, you know, if you're in like a bad, you know, Forex trade or US 30,
Yeah,
if you were to say take a position in the opposite direction, anything up from there, you basically cancel it out, right?
exactly. Yeah. So like the way that options are normally like traded by hedge funds, because like the way that they were trading it, they were kind of gambling it. But the way that hedge funds normally trade options is that they use that to arbitrage the trade. So what they do is they'll take a directional trade for like something, like say you're buying like Tesla stock, you think it's gonna go up to like I don't know how much is Tesla right now. Let's see if I can find
I
it.
don't know.
See Tesla.
Because I thought they had something to do
It's
with
like 8 something, I think.
It's something. Yeah. So like, for example, here for like Tesla, like say that you think price is gonna, this is how, like how options normally work for hedge funds and like how people normally trade it, like strategically, not like gambling. Like basically what they'll do is they'll have like a strike price right here. So what they'll do is they'll buy the stock and then, so they'll buy it this way. And then they have the option for a put right here. So what happens is if price goes up above, then they lose the option, but they make money off the stock trade. But if price goes like right here and then it comes back down, then they just sell off the stock because this is where their stop loss is, or their stop loss is a certain area, so that one trade covers the other one every time. So they're almost guaranteed to win every single time.
Okay.
So it's called trading. It's like arbitrage trading.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
I thought they were covering like their losses on GameStop, and that's why it was shooting up so high. Like I didn't really think that it was just Reddit pushing the price so high. I thought it was like the hedge funds trying to cover their losses in the the short term.
Mhm.
So they were buying with everybody. That's what my understanding was. They were just
yeah.
covered. You know what I mean? Because like I can't see the average person pushing it that far that fast.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was shocked about too, because normally that doesn't happen. Usually it's like you need like billions of dollars to push price like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess there was a lot of people that were buying it, so that's what caused it to push. But yeah, they didn't cover their positions. They just took a one-sided option because it makes sense. Like if you're selling an option for a GameStop, like a company that's going bankrupt, then there's no reason for it to go up, right? And I guess someone got wind of like what the hedge funds were trading, and then they were like, well, we're gonna fuck these guys over and make sure that they don't reach that call price. So let me see if I can pull up GameStop here. GME.
Supposedly the guys that are running these Reddit things were like their former hedge fund guys, I believe.
Oh, so
Or bankers or whatever, but they know like, it's not just some random person.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna get investigated, dude. Because like the way that they pump and dump GameStop, like you can't do that. Like you could do it for an actual real stock, like a stock that actually has value. But if you're pumping and dumping like a penny stock or like some shit like GameStop that has no value, then that's kind of like it's not really insider trading, but it's like manipulating the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like for example here, I think what happened here was probably so this is probably going up. This is before it spiked up. So this is like in September of like last year. So probably like right here, they probably had like their option puts like somewhere around here because they figured, it's at a high right here. So they're probably all right, it's going to drop from this point to like below this, like 1708 or something. So I think what happened was they let price get to that point, like the Reddit people. And then as soon as they price got to that price point, they just like spiked it up. And then it literally went up from like 1708. Like it looks like the rejection happened at 1708. That was probably where the option well, the options are usually at a whole number, so it was probably at like $17. It was probably at $17. As soon as price reached that, whoever like was running the Reddit page or anything like that, they probably spiked it up from the exact same price. Like they probably had buy limits right there. You know how you can put a buy limit? So if price at that point it just spikes up. They probably had like some huge buy limits there, and it just ended up that's
flying.
That's crazy, man. There's like people that made so much money off AMC and Reddit and GameStop. I was like, how does
I was doing like on YouTube just looking at media clips and shit, and because of this, it opened up like all the shady shit that Wall Street does. And I don't know what analyst it was that came on to, I think it was CNBC, one of them, before the pandemic, and he was like screaming, "This is it. The market's gonna crash. We're gonna be into hell. We're all going down." And it turns out the guy made $1 billion or $2 billion on the volatility of the pandemic when he came onto the news, basically scaring everybody.
That's funny, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean they've been doing it for a long time, bro. It's nothing new. I mean they do it every day. Like we see it ourselves because we're trading, and sometimes you see these random spikes, and we're just like, what the fuck, bro? Like where the hell?
Look at that.
That's crazy. I should have just hopped into it, man. It's dropping. It's dropping. I don't want to hop in though. I know if I hop in, the worst is gonna happen. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give into it, but I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna see if it comes up and then rejects. Then I'm gonna hop right. Let me go on the 1 minute actually, or the 1 second. Dude, have you seen the 1 second chart? It's pretty crazy.
Nah.
It doesn't even look like candles anymore. They're kind of just like bars. 1
Wow.
second chart. Let me go on the 1 second's too crazy. I would have messed with the 1 second. Maybe the 1 minute. Dude, I feel for this, like on this 1 minute, whenever price rejects off it like that, I can just take these little scalps right here. Scalp movement. I'm gonna try that actually. I'm gonna see if it comes back up. Rejects off the pivot.
What did we when we were back testing this? What did we see after it hit the 750? Did it reverse or?
So like for my back test, what I did was I didn't put like once it hit 750. I put when it hit 750 in the other direction, because generally what happens is I don't think 750 is the sweet spot for me. I think 1,000 is a sweet spot, but 750 is good during Asia session because it's kind of slow. But generally, like say for example here, if you were to take like this sell right here, if you were to take the sell, if it goes down 1,000 pips, it usually keeps pushing further. And this is like a way that a lot of the big traders trade as well. Because I started studying like other big traders that are doing pretty well, and they use the 1,000 pip as the threshold. So like it hits 1,000 pips right there, and then it continues pushing even further. Similar with this one right here too. Like for this buy signal, it pushes up 1,000 pips, or it doesn't push 1,000 pips, and then it ends up going the other direction. Generally, like 1,000 is like the threshold from what I've studied, because I started studying these other people that trade US 30, and they it seems pretty solid. I just got to figure out like when's a good time to do it. Like for example, right here for this, once it hits 1,000 right here, it just keeps pushing. Like from that
It's like
point,
testing that point, yeah.
Exactly. I think it goes up like at least like 20 to 50 pips. Because what I saw what some people are doing is they were waiting for it to get to like 1,000 pips, and then they just scalp it for like 10 pips. But they take like some massive lot sizes, dude, like some crazy shit, like 100 lots for like a few pips, you know?
What?
So because it opened up my thought. I was like, if that really works, then shit, why don't I do that? Like for example, right here, this buy signal, another 1,000 pips, right? So if you hit 1,000 pips right there, like bro, you could just scalp it up for like 10 pips, 5 pips, and then like lock in some heavy money off that.
I wonder if it would pay to like have a buy stop just chilling.
Yeah, no, I think that's what they do. I think they have it there. Like they have like the 100 pip right here, right? You know, that like makes my mind fucking wander now. Now I think I'm gonna do that, because like right
Like
here,
you just see it, yeah. You see your thing, you figure out where the 1,000 is, and just set a 10 pip.
yeah, exactly, 10 pip buy stop right there, or even a 5 pip, dude. Like I mean, honestly, you don't really need that much if you're taking a huge lot size. Dude, that's crazy. Now I think I'm gonna try that.
About to do a buy stop on 50 lot
Oh man, dude.
on a live account.
What's 1 pip on a one lot?
On a 1 lot,
Is it $10?
No,
no, it's $100, I think. Yeah, on
Is
Hugo's
it
way,
100?
$100. Yeah, Hugo's way it's $100. On FTMO, I think it's $10. Because on Hugo's on FTMO, a standard lot is like a mini lot for Hugo's way.
What are you trading for your 100K?
Standard lot.
So 1.0, right?
Yeah, 1.00. Yeah.
Yeah, because once they changed because I'm only using FTMO right now. Once they changed it from what it was before, I've been confused.
Yeah, no. I was still confused for a while too, because I thought it was the same pricing as Hugo's way, but they actually, it's still different. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it is different. It's just off by like 1 decimal point. Dude, this is pretty solid. Let me see this.
So you're saying $10 per pip on a standard lot, FTMO?
Yeah, on FTMO. Yeah, because no, it's $1 per pip actually, because it's a mini lot.
A
So
1.0 is a mini lot on FTMO? Can't be.
no, it's a standard lot, but the measurement of it is a mini lot. So on Hugo's Way, a standard lot's a 1.00. That's $10 per pip. But on FTMO, a 1.00 is equal to a 0.10 on Hugo's Way. So it's actually $1 per pip. Because when I trade on when I scalp on mine and I go for 500 pips, I make 500 per trade. So that's how I know that it's $1 per pip.
So on Hugo's Way, that's only a 0.5 lot, you're saying? Or 0.1 lot?
It's a 0.1 lot. You just move the decimal over by 1. Because before you move the decimal over by 2, because like a standard lot it was like the opposite. So remember before Hugo's Way, or no, for before we'd have to do a 10 lot. That would be equal to a 0.1 on Hugo's Way. So before we added 2 zeros, now we just subtract 2 zeros, or 1 0 now.
Oh, I always thought that the 10 lot equaled a 1 lot on Hugo's Way. Okay, that's why I'm not getting it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's just off by like one decimal point, but it's nothing that's crazy. Dude, this thing, I really want to try this thing out now. This this little strategy thing that we were looking at. I'm probably gonna do some back testing on it and see how it works, but it looks pretty solid the way that
What signals you to say, hey, it's gonna go 1,000? It should move 1,000. You know, like, are you looking at just the signals that are coming up?
Yeah, yes. So basically, every signal that comes up, you just measure it for 1,000. It doesn't reach there, because that seems like the threshold. Like even right here, let's see, it only goes up to like 50 there. For this one, it only goes about 47 there, and then for this one over here, it goes.
That might be it.
Yeah, it goes up to 1,000 right here. But this is where it gets risky, because it's like, what if it doesn't reach those 10 pips? I think 10. Oh, it actually does. Yeah, just for a small little move. Because there's this one guy, dude. There's this one guy that does FTMO. I don't know what he does, but this dude locks in a shitload of money, bro. Like he gets emails from FTMO telling him that, yo, bro, like your shit's too risky. But since you're making us money, you're probably not gonna last long in this game. But if you're gonna keep making us money, we'll keep letting you trade for us. This is one Asian dude from like Texas. He I don't know what he does, but I'm assuming he does something like this that's super high risk. Because he posts up his profits, and this dude will get like 100,000, dude, like every month.
What?
Doing FTMO, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like he has like real like deposits, and it's weird because I don't know if it's legit or not. I'm pretty sure it's legit because he shows the emails from FTMO, but he doesn't necessarily have any interviews with them. He doesn't really have any videos of him trading. It's just like him showing off, basically, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not legit, but fuck, I kind of want to learn what he's doing, you know?
Yeah, I was reading up on bots.
Oh yeah. Some people use like bots too. I think a bot would be good for the scalping strategy, but I got to figure out one that's like reliable.
You'd have to code that yourself, though, right?
Yeah, and you'd have to like actively manage it or have someone actively manage it. I just don't I don't necessarily trust bots because there was a couple other groups that like when I first started K2, there's this one guy that came into our group and he started spamming our group and he was trying to like steal people from K2, but then he was using a bot, and it was funny because he it was like during Christmas break like 2 years ago, he had a bot and then it went rogue, like he couldn't control it, and they had like 2 million euros like in the account, and they lost all the money. Like they literally lost all the money because they couldn't stop the bot and it kept taking like bad trades like during the holidays.
Damn.
So they ended up losing all the money, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. It was funny because a bunch of his people ended up leaving his group and they came over to K2. So now they're in K2. Because like what he did, it was funny. Like he told people, like he was like, I'll pay you guys like $500 if you go to this group and like spam it, right? So they came over to K2 and started spamming the group. And then like after he got into like hot waters with like losing that account, the people from his group ended up hanging out in K2, and they were like, "Oh, this group's actually legit. Like they actually trade here," so they ended up staying.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was funny because everyone's like, "Dude, you fucking played yourself. You try to like scam this guy, but then you ended up losing all your clients."
That must not, if that bot went rogue, he didn't code it himself.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm pretty sure he had someone code it, and then he just didn't have control over it. I think what happened was there was something wrong with it, with the market like that during that time, or like stuff went offline, like their broker went offline, and then they ended up like they just couldn't exit the trades. You know, sometimes when you're on MT4 and you try to exit the trade, and it says
Yeah.
that there's like a connection failure, or you're unable to like it's unable to process your order or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, something like that. I mean,
I
I
had
don't
it
know.
happen to me once. I was in a US 30 trade with no stop loss, no TP, and it froze on my phone.
Oh damn, dude.
Luckily I got it back before it went negative, but it was like I was sweating.
I don't blame you, bro. I would be too.
Like if I coded a bot, I would just look for like real small gains, like
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
crazy. Because if you let it run and it follows your commands, and it's just like the risk is like super low. If you just let it run, eventually it's gonna start adding up.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I think that's what they were doing. They were running like small lot sizes, but they ended up taking like too many trades. Like the trades just kept running. I took a little scalp right here. See this? I'm only gonna go for like 200 pips though. My entry was 31360. Probably go for 20 pip move. Make this a little smaller. 35.
Kyle, did you move up to break even?
No, I closed mine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Shit,
closed
I'm
mine at 31359.
I'm gonna start trailing.
I closed it like 20 minutes ago though. I'm waiting for another entry. Yeah. I wanted to go back up to the zone and then reject off of it.
Yeah, I'm back in it right now. I'm scalping this right here. This is something that I think works well too. I just waited for it to reject off a pivot, or it actually rejected off a pivot on its own. And then I'm back in this trade. Cool. So I'm gonna let it run. I'm only going for a small move though. I'm going for like 20 pips or 200 pips instead of the 500, because I feel like it's just too risky when you're trying to scalp within it.
I got my stop loss at 380.
Oh, nice. You're just trying to write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I would hold on to it, but I don't know. I just feel like scalping right now. So I'm just like taking it's actually almost a full TP. It's almost there.
What did you have your TP set at?
For my scalp, I have it set at 31,340.
Yeah, it is right there. What'd you have it for the main trade?
Mine was
The main trade's at 31,333 on my end.
Well, I have mine at 325.
Yeah, so I actually entered right here for this one. I just have the FTMO parameters though, so it's a little off. All right, cool. So let this run through. And I'm tempted to enter another scalp right here off this rejection. Dude, this shit's addicting,
Dude,
bro.
write it down, dude.
Scalping, yeah, I know. Scalping's addicting, bro.
That's why I like it. It's the most interesting for me.
Yeah, no, same here, bro. It's fun. It's fun. It keeps you engaged. It's like playing a video game.
Yeah, my patience isn't like
Alpha
4
is
hour
like
charts
extra
too slow.
practice to the charts.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to focus on what's going on.
All right, fuck it. I entered another one.
Yeah, I was doing the 4 hour strategy, but it was like it was becoming like a chore or a task, like checking every 4 hours. I wasn't like engaged enough.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel the same way all the time, dude. It's like it just gets repetitive, you know?
I got a little Lenovo my company gave me. So I have my monitor for work, and then I on my Lenovo, I think it's like whatever the smallest ones. I think they're like 14 now or 13 inches. I got the US 30 chart on there, just zoomed in like to a few candles, and I'm just watching it. Once it gets close to a zone, I keep my eye on it.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a bigger, or maybe getting like a big TV just to have my charts on like all the time, or have like all my trades running so I can see what's what's what. Because I feel like I get sidetracked sometimes and I don't know what's running and what's not.
Kyle's got a nice monitor.
Yeah, it's like one of those big ones, the wide ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a 34-inch MSI curved.
Damn, dude, that's sick. I was thinking about getting one of those too, but my iMac is already huge. It takes up my whole desk already. So I don't know where I'd put it. I was thinking about getting one of those mounts, maybe put it above it, but I don't know. I gotta figure it out because I don't want to put too much shit on my desk and it ends up breaking. It's like one of these standing desks. So I don't think it handles stuff that's too heavy. Oh, man.
I had a ceiling mount for my gaming monitor.
Oh, did you like on the actual ceiling? Did you have to like drill a hole through the ceiling?
No, you could, but I had it on 2x4s. I built a kind of like a structure that kind of sat, so it didn't go into the ceiling. Like it only went into the wall and the ceiling with like drywall screws.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
Because
not
when you put that mount, it's like huge bolts you got to put in.
yeah.
So I think it was like a 2x6 I used, and then propped it up with 2x4s.
Nice. Yeah, and I was thinking about doing that with my TV too, but then when I got it mounted on the wall, like the guy that was installing it, he's like, "Oh, do you want to just put it in the ceiling?" I'm like, "Maybe," but then I thought about it. I was like, "No, it's gonna be such a hassle to take it off later."
Yeah,
Yeah, because you actually need someone to come and drill that, or someone that knows what they're doing. All right, let me see. Oh shit, it's 5. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to log off. Do you guys have any questions before I log off? I forgot a session at 5:30. Just realized.
no, I'm good.
Nope.
For sure, dude. I'm
Can
gonna.
we set one up same time next week?
Yeah, dude, definitely. Let me get
Just
you
lock us in Wednesday through the year.
every Wednesday.
Yeah,
dude,
set. What is it? 4 for you?
weekly. Yeah, no, this is actually a good time. I got you guys set up at weekly. Yeah, every Wednesday. All right, guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. That's the 17th. We should be good.
Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully this ends up dropping, dude. Or I'm gonna be watching this chart all day. Yeah, no, it should be good. I think it's probably gonna reject off the structure again.
Yeah, if you look at the 10-minute, it's coming up towards the first pivot.
I see it. Yeah, no, definitely. All right, dude. Catch you guys later. I'm gonna get on this next call.
Thanks,
All right.
Shawn.
Talk to you guys in a bit. See ya.
Later.